And welcome back, everyone, to another GSA match. Protoman is back, except this time for some 16-star league action versus RockChalk19 of Blue Esports. And with me in the co-commentary booth, co-commentator, beautiful man, legendary gamer, Badronis. What's going on?
Thank you very much for the introduction. I am pretty interested to see how this one's going to go. Protoman, not his best ending to a 70-star race, that has ever been done. So he's probably looking to shift gears, and we'll see if that actually affects him with the mentality, because we've only seen a couple times runners actually go from a 70-star into a 16-star. Or maybe not at all, because I remember Guy and I did a 16 then a 70, but I don't know if we've actually seen it go the other way. But in this case, he'll have more chances, but kind of it's a bit more forgiving because you can afford to do really bad one race. But we'll have to see if he can actually reset from that bad ending.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes down. I don't think Protoman actually goes for lobby backwards long jump, so I don't think he'll have too much of a problem adjusting. However, RockChalk will possibly, he's definitely capable of doing it, but I know he's not a huge fan of it. And maybe, I mean, the thing about 16 is, at the end of the day, you want the points, but you don't really factor the time into the 16-star leagues. So at the end of the day, you're just looking for a W. And I mean, come on, what's more consistent, doing LBLJ or non-LBLJ?
Looks like Protoman's gonna do it too.
Oh, okay. I'm eating my words, and they taste all right. Could use a little bit of salt, not enough ketchup, but here we go. Okay, and no one knows how to long jump. RockChalk figuring out that.
Well, okay. Maybe they should be the one eating your words, because non-LBOJ sounds pretty good right about now.
Yeah. And RockChalk
didn't lose that much time, only about 10 seconds.
Protoman caught behind the door.
Yeah, he's really struggling, and he's still going to commit. He's not going to go to BLB. He really wants to get LBLJ.
Yeah, at this point, I'd say you got to commit, because, I mean, honestly, you can mess it up and do it again, and it can still save time. At this point, I don't think it's saving him any time, but it's preventing him from losing a lot more time. And he gets it, and yes, he has a bit of a deficit.
His cycle, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, he did the box rollout, which he's known to do. But that might be a questionable decision. I don't know why he even bothered doing the long jump. That was absolutely pointless. He was well on pace for it otherwise. There's really no rush.
A little dusty from Proto.
Yeah, so, good try from RockChalk, unfortunately. Just a bad angle on the long jump, which kind of cost him a bit of time. Protoman gonna lose a cycle, but get through it. Alright, so race number 1, not the best Dark World LBLJ kind of split, but as you said before, it is really only how you are doing
and a missed throw!
What? That was pretty wide. He almost threw Bowser off. That would have been something.
That would have been good news for Protoman, but still, I mean, at this point, it's maybe one dropped Cannonless and a dropped Owless, and they are tied up. Protoman doing a good job of keeping his head up despite the rough beginning. Oh, but he misses it through. Come on, guys. Wow. Get your head in the game.
Yeah, Protoman not doing too great with throws, which is kind of weird because he was always very consistent. He would spin pretty slowly, but always get it accurately, So kind of weird to see him mess up the Dark World throw.
But here we are approaching Womp's Fortress, which in LBLJ feels like a blink of the eye. Really fast stage.
Yeah, it's definitely, you're in and then you're out. You don't want to linger at all. You just want to get some clean 11-second stars pretty much. RockChalk doing a little ground pound, not really going to affect much, but going to delay his time by about a second again up here for Owless. Looks good, and he's in there, so not perfect, but pretty decent. Protoman will probably go for Owless, but since he doesn't do it that much, I remember him missing it a good bit in the past during 16 star because he doesn't do it in 70.
That is true. He's actually one of the dying breeds. And wow, going for the texture setup. RockChalk as well. This could backfire. I saw it backfire a lot with Aki earlier, but both players getting it. Not too shabby.
Good to see.
Yeah, Protoman, a big fan of Owl Full, but not realistic in 16 star. You gotta bite the bullet. You gotta really chew down on that bullet.
I guess so.
This is where the ketchup and the salt really comes in handy.
I mean, I'd probably just want a nice tall glass of water in that case, but you know, a bit of seasoning never hurt anybody.
Definitely didn't. Well, probably somebody who's allergic to some sort of something, but most people probably not. Not a huge deal.
So Protoman's saving Alice for last, and I'm gonna be a bit curious if he'll actually get a first try. I don't really like the spot, but he can adjust for it. And he's in there.
Yeah, that's kind of Protoman's thing. He tends to save the hard stars for last, or at least what he would consider the hard stars. I just saw him doing TikTok Clock 100 as, I believe it was his last star in TikTok Clock.
Yeah, I've seen a few people do that, and I don't really know why in particular. It always seems like something that I would do first. We'll get back to that later. RockChalk gonna go for his Tomoplex here.
Oh, let it go!
Getting
the hole!
Yeah, almost dying, losing the bomb in the quicksand. Gonna have to do some kind of backup there. He nearly died doing that one. You know, maybe not the most race friendly. Getting the kind of glitchy star grab as well. That's kind of fun.
A lot of things going on in RockChalk's world. Protoman up to bat though. Ooh, doesn't want the medium bomb. Throwing it away.
Let's see, RockChalk's second try. That's a much better angle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And he's in
really
there.
smooth.
Secured.
Yeah, RockChalk has put many hours into Tomoplex. So I think that like once he misses it once, he can usually figure out why he missed it and do it better second try here.
Oh,
Protoman, getting the double jump on the slope, it really sucks how some of the textures in this game, or like the surfaces rather, play out where it's just this tiny little like ramp up onto the spawn area, but that'll actually have a completely different behavior and you can't even grab the bomb there. So Protoman gonna have to get talons.
Yeah, this is rough. This is when you start sweating. You might want to bring out the sweat rag. Could be looking like a Monka S, because now if he messes up Pillarless, there are no more backups for Protoman.
He's just saving the hard star for last. What's RockChalk doing?
Going back into Shifting Sandland and having to die. That is good news for Protoman. But Protoman,
what is that?
Medium bomb.
Is he just gonna die as well? No. He's gonna have to respawn the bomb.
He's like, you know what?
If it's 16 star, honestly, if I missed plus twice, I would just go to Lethal Lava Land. Like,
yeah, you could just get like lava boost.
Yeah, exactly. Because 16 star, it's not really mandatory. But in this case, you see Protoman, you have to respawn the bomb, and that gives you a much worse angle to grab it. And then when you throw it, you have to kind of adjust your landing. Like, that was pretty good. But see, look at what happens. He's stuck on the slope here. Gonna have to probably kill himself. And like, if you know, you just kind of bail out when you know it's like, all right, it's not gonna work. You know, I think this is something that people are gonna have to learn a bit more when it comes to race mentality. Is when you're not on your A game, how do you deal with that B your game and then your C game, right? If your plus is a bit of a C game, you can actually avoid that because it's 16 star. Why would you put yourself through what you're putting yourself through right now? As what? Okay.
Messing up.
Investing a bit too much on Protoman, but you know it's kind of got to be said. Like someone's got to say it. Like,
where are we going, Protoman?
Contemplating the shell. I think he's given up and he just wants to get the bomb for like prideful reasons. You know, it's like, come on, it's like a test, like you versus the game. Actually, no. I take it back. Protoman is specifically tuned into my mind. He's a mind reader, and he's doing exactly the opposite of what I predict.
You are now tuning in to Badronus Radio.
And this time on Badronus Radio. I don't have a radio voice.
Badronus attempting a radio voice, scaring all the children watching the family-friendly stream. But hopefully they understand there's no such thing as a boogeyman, despite that might just be what he sounds like. Badronus getting a little demonic on the microphone. But Protoman abandoning Pillarless, definitely should have done that much earlier, like you suggested. I mean, the thing is, you're like, oh, I can get it. I know I can get it, but
Yeah.
when there's the pressure was on. The sweat was real. And this is the backup right here. Okay.
Ooh. He needs a side flip. There he goes.
Okay.
Oh no!
And we're
Not the best game one from him. You know, as we were kind of alluding to, the last 70-star race did not end well, and it might be kind of tough to mentally reset there. And we're kind of seeing Protoman go through that right now.
Oh man. Protoman could use some perhaps an AED shock to his system to restart the heart cartilage. He appears to be a little bit low. The 70-star race maybe still in a different mode, but luckily there's 3 races. You know,
Is Mega Man like completely a cyborg? Like, is his heart like mechanical? Do you know?
I have not read up on the Mega Man lore, but perhaps chat might know about Mega Man's heart. Where are we going with this? Take me home, Badronis.
Is like a Mega Man character, but Protoman's, I think Protoman is red, but Protoman's icon is actually Mega Man, which is blue. I know I've actually never played any Mega Man game in my life, but I think that's correct. But I'm just saying, you know, if Protoman did have a mechanical heart, maybe he'd be doing a bit better in this race, is all I'm saying.
I see what you're saying now. I honestly didn't know that Protoman was a Mega Man character. That actually just blew my mind. And co-commentator taking a sip. Taking a sip on something nice.
Just a nice tall glass of water. I always have one. And you can never go without. It's also just like, I don't know, I just like eating dinner and stuff, and I usually like to drink water when I eat dinner. So yeah, like otherwise my voice would be like pretty terrible right now, so I have to like hydrate a little bit, unfortunately. Oh, Protoman getting burned again. You know, just kind of add it to the list.
Oh, take it up. The big bully refuses to go down alone, pulling Protoman into the depths of hell.
Protoman, just take a sip.
Commentator with the attempt at some ASMR, but once again, not really sure if it's going to work out exactly as he hopes, but you got to give him an A for effort. Although, maybe not. I feel like an A for effort's too nice. Maybe like a C for effort.
I don't know, I just want to get like some sound effects. I don't have the voice mod, although I probably could if it's free.
It is free. But you only get like, it's like a rotation of voices. But yeah, RockChalk struggled a bit with the MIPS clip, but he's got himself a hearty lead, so I don't imagine he's too worried, too shooken up right now, looking to take home a W. However, just because you're, 15 stars deep and the category is 16 star, you might think that we're close to the end, and I mean, we're only maybe... Oh! Oh!
What?
Oh!
Can you get out?
Oh!
Wow.
That's dead, man.
Wow. Okay, Protoman, never ceases to amaze me what is possible in this game. It's like, you've never seen it all. You think it's like a really short star. There's always something new that can happen, which is why this game is pretty frustrating to run at times. But, it is just a sign that even if you are typically a pretty consistent player like Protoman, stuff can just always go wrong, and that's kind of everything's been going wrong in this race. He's gonna need a ton of lag doing the triple jump wall kick, but it'll work. Pull glitch from RockChalk, let's go. Oh no.
Whoa, that was weird. It looked like he got somewhat, like almost it. Okay, the camera, Lakitu having a seizure, unable to accurately record Mario's actions, and RockChalk gonna be missing the Fire Sea cycle.
I wonder if people who do like tasks, if they have some sequence of actions that's gonna be like the same speed, if they just purposely do crazy stuff with the camera to make it look more impressive.
Oh yeah.
Like what RockChalk was doing on the ledge, it looked like some task camera, where he's like doing some like glitchy wall kicks or something all over the place, but probably didn't need to do that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a pretty notorious thing you'll see in the task community. Protoman getting a quick boulder just to rub it in.
All right.
Protoman is just looking kind of sluggish right now. Like you said, he might need to hydrate. Might need some water. Not sure if he was sipping up during that 70-star run. I mean, the game can get exhausting, especially when you're doing a full run. That takes a lot of energy. So it's understandable to see him working through it in the 16-star match that we've got here. But it's, as we like to say, it's never over. RockChalk still has to do BLJs, and people have literally lost minutes to the BLJs. And if I recall correctly, RockChalk does struggle a little bit with these BLJs that are coming up. Now I know he has a big lead, but
yeah, it is always just a roll of the dice, unless you actually do it in a specific rhythm and you've practiced it a lot. You know, if you are just doing the mash and hope for the best, you know, you'll never be perfectly consistent with that. But on the other hand, if you go for a rhythm mash and your rhythm's off, you might just never get it, which is usually what will happen if someone loses a minute or more in BLJs. So RockChalk not being too successful on the first attempt. Second one, not catching either. I actually caught a little bit, but released. You know, catch and release like an endangered fish in the pond there. Third try, you know, getting a bit scary. You're probably getting a bit frustrated if you're RockChalk here, losing about like 10-ish seconds every time you have to reset this. And at some point, like, maybe you just mash and hope for the best, but will that work? I think you can LBLJ just over and over and get through, but it's gonna take like 8.
Yeah, he's gonna be giving up, and now here we go, taking quite a bit of time. RockChalk unable to get the BLJs to the camera, not cooperating whatsoever. What is going on? This man is losing his mind. Protoman about to grab the Substar and head into Fire Sea. He's catching up, but there it is.
Yeah, first try. Okay. You know, RockChalk wants to punch the wall. You know, a bit angry at the Wilco clip.
That is what they call it. Wilco, the man himself, inventing that clip. Very genius. Just kidding. Don't want to misinform anyone out there.
This one's not invented by Wilco, though. Wilco only...
Yeah? Tell me more.
I was just saying that Wilco invented the 50-star door BLJ, but not the Endless Staircase BLJ. As if someone would invent them independently of each other. I don't know. RockChalk is finally in bits. Commentator, you know, very eager to change the subject.
Yeah, struggled a bit back there. It happens sometimes, you know, things don't quite pan out as you'd hope, but again, it's worth a shot, you know? It's better to, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
I thought you were going to leave me to say Michael Scott, but, you know, you had to steal my thunder.
That would have been good. That would have been good. I'll remember for next time. I'll definitely bring that up at some point again. RockChalk getting it sorted out, heading into the pipe on a nice high 17 pace.
Actually, not too bad. He lost definitely over a minute to BLJs. Yeah, so would have been the 16 otherwise.
Oh,
could have been. I mean, it's not a done deal yet.
What the?
Oh, okay. I think RockChalk was going for like the glitchy grab.
I still don't get how that works, but there's a lot of flame and a first missed throw. Monka. Oh, wait a second. I don't know about that grab. This might be a launch. Okay, never mind. Like if you grab Bowser too quickly after he lands, like as soon as he lands, when you throw him, he just goes flying. And another missed throw. Protoman coming up. Okay. Nice angle. And another one.
Wow. Those have not been too good today in general, you know. It's not easy.
Protoman wasting no time.
Okay, wow. Yeah, Protoman is actually making up a lot of the time he lost earlier on in the race. RockChalk, you know, looks like he's playing hockey, but is imagining a soccer goal. No? Okay.
Wouldn't that still work?
No, like if you're shooting a hockey puck, like hockey goals are pretty small, but you're imagining a soccer goal. He's throwing way wide. Never mind. That was a big throw from RockChalk. I don't know if Bowser was ever gonna reach that far. Kind of crazy to expect that one. I mean, this is a much more reasonable distance, but he was literally trying to throw like to the complete other side of the arena. And Protoman is actually up to jump walking at this point. Really sketchy from RockChalk here to save the Protoman falling off jump wall kick in a kind of kill any chance he had of maybe coming back into this. RockChalk is still unable to find anything.
He has lost almost 2 minutes now to these throws. RockChalk, wake up, buddy. Smell the...
And
All
he's
right.
got it.
Just teasing Protoman. And Protoman struggling very hard to get these triple jump wall kick strats in order. But GG,
Is Protoman
RockChalk
gonna finish?
game 1. Perhaps. So usually, and realizing right away that
yeah, I
it
think
is
he's
in
done.
fact GG. I think he
Okay.
saw that one coming. Although, I mean, that was a lot closer than it should have been.
Yeah, RockChalk definitely took his sweet time in the end game there. Really, I don't know if I've seen that many missed throws in a GSA race. Like, sometimes you'll see like 3 or 4 and you're like, Mario meltdown, what's going on? But RockChalk probably missed about twice as much.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a yikes. Little bit of a yikes. But I mean, that's the game. That is how it goes. But game 2 getting started right up, wasting no time. We're back up in this thing.
It's me, Mario.
I think they're
Yeah.
both very capable of taking a game here. RockChalk 1 game away from the bonus point.
I mean, that kind of goes without saying, but it's worth pointing out.
Badronis clapping the commentators' cheeks in the booth, even though, you know, co-commentator's been spewing some garbage all day, but refusing to clap his cheeks. Gonna go ahead and raise the hand now and give it a little bit of a clap.
You know, we could have had like a friendly clap where at the start of the race you were saying like, you know, both these runners wasting no time to get underway with the second race. I have to be like, well, that's a nice change of pace. But no. But speaking of pace, have you heard of our live event coming up in April? I'm sure you have. But you can attend the event in person. You know, check out !pace or !tickets to find all the event info. It's also at smash.gg, at our GSA page there. And you know, I'm going. Sim's definitely going, and I've been so hyped for this ever since it was announced. So if you kind of share that hype, I hope you'll help make this first event a success. How would you like that transition?
That was great. Very nicely done. And now RockChalk going for the LBLJ behind the door. It's good. Going really far back. Protoman, though, not the same luck. And right off the bat, we've got a lead once again for Mr. Chalk of Blue Esports.
I think Protoman just getting really bad angles on these LBLJs. Like, I don't know. Okay, he's actually managed to get through the door. Kind of lucky to get that LBLJ, if I'm going to be completely honest. But he'll take it. I think RockChalk's going for Zaya again. Oh, but that amp just barely in his way. And a second one!
The double and another one!
So not really going to be able to make Shig at this point.
All right, really RockChalk dropping the ball here in Dark World, going to be giving Protoman a slight opening. Wow, a lot of sauce.
Yeah, Protoman's definitely making progress. Not getting amped. You know, could curse it, but I think he will be avoiding these ones.
Yeah, looking good. Looking very good.
RockChalk made the same mistake in the first race, getting up the final slope at the end. He had to like, or I mean up the steps. He had to like do a double jump kick because he didn't triple jump or something like that. I don't really know exactly. But losing a bit of time. So Protoman actually made up quite a bit in that Dark World despite a much worse LBOJ.
Yeah, very close race in the beginning. Once again, closer than our last one. About 10 or 11 seconds apart. I mean, that's literally one cannonless slip up, one owlless slip up. Does Protoman have what it takes, though? I mean, there's some nerve-wracking moments, namely Pillarless. That was the one that really stood out to me.
Yeah, there were plenty of other mistakes in the run, but Pillarless is definitely the one where it's like, all right, you messed it up quite a bit, and you show like kind of no sign of getting it. So how long do you push it, and when do you just decide to move on? So if it happens again, I would say, you know, get like 2 tries and then move on. But you know, we could see Protoman nail it first shot. You know, would be. I mean, like, I kind of expect him to get it like first or second try normally, because he's pretty consistent, but you never know. It's a weird trick sometimes.
It's a weird trick, and it's also, you got the nerve settling in from the race when you know that there's no resetting. RockChalk hesitant at the Owlus, up to bat, and that's a booty slide. I have to go back up again, and that is very good news for Protoman.
Second try is good. Protoman, let's see if he gets that canalist.
Very nice.
It is, in fact, good.
They are very close now. Pretty much right next to each other. I think RockChalk might still be rocking a very slight lead.
Yeah, very slightly. So RockChalk coming up for canalist. Protoman leaving Owlus to last once again.
Protoman special. Alright.
And not the fastest Wild Blue, but they are grabbing the star in sync thanks to that, although Protoman's star is a couple seconds longer. So we'll probably see RockChalk with about a 3-second lead if they both go according to plan.
Yeah, hopefully Protoman can land this Owlus. He got it no problem last time.
Okay, nice fence clip.
That's looking pretty good. And
yeah, that looks
easy money.
Yeah, really only like 2 or 3 seconds apart. This is going to be a really close one. RockChalk can definitely save time. RockChalk did the same thing as last race. He went in SSL like an extra time. Just exit course.
His head is in the clouds.
His head's in 120 star.
Gonna have to pull his head out of the clouds or wherever it is. 120 star. He did that in game 1, going back to 50 Sandline, like you said. Will we see it in game 3? Maybe it's part of his ritual, how he keeps himself grounded, but that would be nonsensical, to say the least.
Yeah. To say the least, and now Protoman has the lead. And if he can get this plus first try, he'll probably be able to maintain it into LLL. So this bomb is going to be huge. And it is actually a huge bomb.
But here it is, the Tama Plus.
Oh. And RockChalk actually taking the lead with that beautiful Swift Tama Plus movement. Just goes back and forth.
Yeah, RockChalk's got to be one of the most consistent at Tama Plus that I've seen.
I think he's just put in like 20 hours or something. Maybe not. I'm just throwing out a random number, but he's definitely put in like double-digit hours into Tama Plus.
Oh, you got to. It's
maybe even like
it's
50.
definitely up there as one of the harder strats that are now becoming more commonplace in the run. There's a couple of those. You know, Breeze was pretty tough. I'd say Fire Sea, Lava Boost, early Ellie's is a big one, even though it's not really a trick. It's more of a strat, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you spend 50 hours doing Fire Sea, it's like, well, it's a 50-second-ish stage. Tama Plus is about 13 seconds. So, it's a much more repetition.
Indeed it is.
To fill that time. So RockChalk definitely practiced paying off, as it inevitably does, even if it doesn't seem like it at first. He's going to take a small lead, but you know, Protoman could bring it back. This is definitely within the realm of, I don't know, just like better gameplay. RockChalk doesn't even have to mess up. Protoman could just do the stars cleaner. Although, not the cleanest reds, also going for a more safe beginning, and some bad dive angles. He's not going to get the star.
Oh!
And a big jump up. So, the bully star was a good bit longer, but you saw that the lead was actually still favoring RockChalk.
Yeah, RockChalk, pretty clean. Oh, but just as I say it, a ground pound coming out.
Alright, we'll see how he takes care of side hop. Failed it first try in the last race, second race, first try. So, there we go. RockChalk actually making some time up from his previous attempt, rather. And I don't know if this is better than his last race because he like went back into Womps and such, but it probably is by a little bit. But that, you know, that's besides the point though. We'll see if Protoman... Oh my god, a burn! That's gonna waste a substantial amount of time.
Oh, but still able to get the ledge grab skip. Very nice. But that is one burned bottom. He cannot handle any more burning action. Oh, really early side flip. Protoman taking his time with these stars and Lethal Lava Land. I mean, no big mistakes, but the actual execution of these stars is really starting to add up, and RockChalk going to be taking a even more substantial lead here in Lethal Lava Land, but nothing crazy. They're still well within each other's reach.
Yeah, I certainly agree. 16 is a category that's all about mistakes. What mistakes do you make? What mistakes don't you make? And also how good your BLJs are. But, you know, if RockChalk can save, like, about half a second every star, that's quite a bit of time in a short category.
Did RockChalk really just go back in a stage again?
What the...
What is this man doing?
Did he really? Oh my god.
RockChalk has officially certified lost his mind. Might need to go to the psychiatric ward and get his brain cartilage checked out. Could be leaking some brain fluids through his system. Could be the only logical explanation for what we've been seeing. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like 3 times, that's gotta be a bit of a wake up.
He's in the zone, I guess. Some sort of zone.
I mean, he's playing fairly well. Like, his biggest 2 mistakes have been re-entering Wombs and re-entering Lethal Lava Land. So, like, if those are your biggest mistakes, that's a lot easier to fix than, say, missing plus over and over.
It might not, that's what you'd think, but, you know, if you're in RockChalk's position, it might not be that easy.
Yeah, like, I guess it's not. But...
Oh, okay, now...
I mean, RockChalk's gotta get towed here also, he didn't get... Protoman completely missing amazing emergency exit, getting bought by this boulder as well. The second one's gonna go right in his face, actually getting through with invincibility frames. Very lucky to escape that kind of gauntlet. I don't know how he managed that.
Could have been a revisiting of what we saw with Toast Rider, where you just sort of get battered senselessly. I'm actually kind of shocked he didn't get hit by that second boulder.
Yeah. So we got Protoman and RockChalk on 14 stars apiece, which is pretty close. I think RockChalk's actually gonna be falling behind here. Protoman only need to get emergency exit, and he's in the lead.
Protoman can be very thankful for RockChalk's, you know, I don't know what you'd call it. I definitely want to hear what he has to say if we end up having time for an interview. I want to know what's going through his head. I mean, there's a lot to think about, but at the same time, there's not really anything to think about, depending on which way you see the game.
Yeah, I think RockChalk is probably gonna say like, yeah, I have no idea what I was doing there. Like, it's hard. It's a hard thing to rationalize when it's just like a mistake. Oh, Protoman completely missing this. RockChalk had a bit of trouble, but he's definitely getting ahead of Protoman here. But this race has just been back and forth. The gameplay's been a little bit better, but like the mistakes have just been constantly switching the lead. This has been a pretty close race for the most part. But you know, RockChalk is taking the lead where it matters here into DDD and presumably Fire C.
I want to know why Protoman sets the bunny down. That is one thing that I think, you know, it cranks my cogs a bit. I don't know about you, but
it's like one of those things where, yeah. Do you prefer that to grinds my gears, crank your cogs?
I like Protoman nose diving into the floor. That's with this angle. I like grind my gears, but I also like to spruce it up a bit and crank my cogs. Really gets my gears going, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
All right.
But, you know, off your original point, it is something where it's not even something you have to really think much about. It's just like a conscious decision that'll save you time. It's not even a improvement of gameplay. RockChalk here has gotten a sick pull glitch though, and is making really good pace through Fire C. Instant sidekick to make it even earlier to these elevator cycles, and he's gonna be able to do a wall kick up here. Okay. I mean, as I said,
Protoman is getting red coins. 70-star mode engaged, realizing middle of what he's doing. Both players seem to be severely discombobulated. What is actually happening here? Can somebody please explain to me? There's some sort of virus going around. It's viral. It's spreading. Cover your eyes.
Yeah. I couldn't. What? Protoman, please. Okay. He barely made the cycle. There's got to be something going around. Like, this doesn't happen normally. I don't have a good explanation. You know, maybe they're both leaking brain fluid. Maybe they have got each other's brain fluid injected and they don't know what to do with it. Their body's rejecting it. But it's kind of weird. And I don't really know what to think.
All I can think about is these BLJs that are coming up. RockChalk struggled quite a bit last game, and considering how close they still are, we could see a lead swap, especially if you factor in those throws we saw from RockChalk last game as well.
Yeah, the thing about 16 star is it's a very weird race to try and commentate because the game could look to be almost done, and then RockChalk loses like 2 minutes to BLJs, or it can look like very close, you know, and it's been like the most exciting race of your life, and then it comes up to BLJs, and then it's like a blowout from then, or from then on, because someone gets instant like 50-second BLJs, someone takes like a minute 50.
All right, but
So we have
RockChalk
actually making it. Yeah, he actually got up there. Man, could save some time for sure, but RockChalk has at least gone through the hard part and hitting the invisible wall. Let's see. Okay, catching on pretty quickly and still on 16 pace.
Protoman riding this BLJ, but all right, it works out. Took a while.
There you go.
But the ball is in RockChalk's court. Ooh,
Okay. Yeah, it was a bit. We were referring to RockChalk or Protoman there.
RockChalk. Barely
Yeah,
making
he
that
missed,
elevator
like-
cycle.
Yeah, he messed up on the triple jump dive, so it was like 1 or 2 cycles later. But anyway, RockChalk, that Goomba was kind of targeting where he wanted to go, but had to avoid it. Protoman in the beginning part of bits, but probably not going to be able to catch up unless RockChalk does miss a bunch of throws again, which could happen. That's another thing about Mario 64, it really is never over until Bowser hits the bomb for the 3rd time. And there's one for RockChalk. Protoman able to get his triple jump wall kick, so a huge improvement there. And gonna be entering the pipe. So RockChalk with 1 miss. Protoman can probably sneak up if RockChalk misses 1 more throw. This could really go down to the wire.
Winding it up. But that's a 2nd throw. Needs 1 more for the nail in the coffin. Protoman is in the house. But that's another missed throw.
Another miss. Protoman getting 1 hit here. He can re-grab Bowser, taking a bit of time to do so, but RockChalk really needs to get it together now. If he misses 1 more throw, Protoman is poised to take the lead. RockChalk with a very easy lineup here, you would think.
Another missed
really
throw.
fast. That's gonna miss the ball. Protoman's gonna spin it around. He has an opportunity to win. Oh my god! He's gonna take game number 2.
RockChalk, not only is he exiting or re-entering levels he shouldn't be in, and finally getting the throw, but just a little too late. But the throws, man, they've got his number. They've been prank calling him, leaving funny voicemails, trying to scam him. Nigerian princes in the house, and RockChalk, you know, possibly wiring some funds their way as Protoman takes game 2.
It's me, Mario.
I'm at a loss for words, honestly.
Hello.
I don't know how that whole sequence of events unfolded. You know.
Well, you see,
like
what happened was RockChalk went in and missed some throws. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna say RockChalk went in and missed some throws. I would say it was like Lemony Snicket's what was it, like a series of unfortunate events or something. It's like RockChalk losing the race or something. And all that. Like, what he had to do, he had to miss like 3 throws. He had to like re-enter stages twice, and he had to lose like 30 seconds to BLJs.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, it was just the domino effect, and not in the good way, where you just get some dominoes at your house randomly. It's more like you're just like, what just happened? And it was close enough to where if he didn't actually enter those levels on accident, he might have still been able to take the W, which is a little unfortunate when you think about it.
Like, that takes a decent bit of time. Maybe not the Worms one so much, but definitely Lethal Lava Land.
Well, game 3 is upon us, Badgeronis, and somebody's got to take this next game, right? That's how it works, I think. So, after seeing what's been happening with both of these players, they're both loose cannons. Not sure how stable they are. So, I guess we're just going to have to see what happens, huh?
I guess that's all we really can do. Alright, so we can start off here with LBLJ, and RockChalk's been a little bit better than Protoman in each of the races so far. Protoman getting a better clip though. RockChalk and Protoman setting up for this long jump. RockChalk opening the door. Not a great amount of speed.
Looking good.
Protoman got in there.
In there.
First LBLJ lead for Protoman in this series. And his dork rolls have generally been better as well. Although RockChalk goes for Zycycle, he's usually messed it up. Or at least he has in these two so far. And LBLJ is just bleeding time at the moment. He can't find his way back into the clip either.
He is hemorrhaging.
Long jumping straight out of the pit. Why is he long jumping like holding directly left? You're supposed to do it like down left, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, man. Could be a little bit nervous.
Not really done LBLJ much.
Looking like pebbles over here. Not as girthy of a boulder as you might think.
Yeah, even in Protoman's first race, he entered it like a one. Like, I think he entered sub 2 minutes. So like, RockChalk's LBLJ was worse than Protoman's first. See, like, Protoman's already done. RockChalk able to get that boxed rollout though. Oh, not able to make it over the elevator. It's pretty tough. Like, you can actually make it over by quite a bit if you're fast, but being consistently that fast doing the rollout is kind of hard to explain. The speed kick matters a lot, like the way you do your rollout matters a lot, so it's actually kind of tough to make it over the elevator consistently. RockChalk was not able to do it that time. So Protoman with a pretty substantial lead for the first time, about 30-ish seconds.
Yeah, this is looking good for the man, Protoman. He's looking like a reformed human being. I mean, game 1 was pretty rough. Was looking like he's sort of falling apart. Game 2, a lot more focused, and now game 3, looking the strongest that he has looked all match. And RockChalk on the opposite side.
Yeah, Protoman in the upward spiral, RockChalk in the downward spiral. Okay, should set up for Protoman. I think he's got a, yep, wow. 3 for 3.
3 for 3. That's pretty impressive for texture setup. Honestly, I've been seeing so many people miss it, including like some very high profile. You know, I'm not saying these guys aren't high profile, but you know, there's been some top tier gamers out there that have been really struggling with the texture setup. So Protoman walking through and showing us how easy it is. Making it happen. And RockChalk as well. 2 for 2. Will he also be 3 for 3?
You know, I really like how I think it's a SPA or ESPA. You know, he's put a lot of stats together for Odyssey, and he's actually helped a few Celeste people do it as well. I'm curious to see like if we could get something similar. Like, I would even volunteer to work on this, but to see like people's success rate in Canonless would just be kind of funny. Because some people would probably be really close to 100%, but some people might be like 50.
Yeah, or even lower, like 20, 30. Protoman is fighting the Womp. Is this can't be intentional. Why is he fighting the Womp? Now, here's the question. Does he go back in for Owlus and skip a star later on? Because Owlus is really fast. I mean, he could skip Pillarless.
That's true. That's a good idea. He actually...
He could do it. You have to be careful, though. You wouldn't want to pick the Fortress Star. It does provide a lot of lag. And we can see in the chat, Protoman stocks are rising, but it appears that RockChalk stocks are on the decline. Not sure how factually correct that is, but, you know, here we go. Protoman doing a full-on Womp's Fortress, also going for the Fortress, the absolute madman.
Okay, so here's the possible adjustment. There's a poverty...
RockChalk went back in Womps again!
Alright, you know the gif where, like, someone face palms, like, and then, like, the whole crowd of people face palms? You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's an audience of people, like, at an opera, and they'll face... That's gotta be the entirety of the GSA chat right now, just like... Oh my god. Like... Okay, so, what I was gonna say earlier is Protoman's doing, like, the quote, like, poverty LBLJ route, which you actually do 6 stars in bombs to let you skip plus and, like, side hop or anything else you don't want to do. So at this rate, it's probably a good idea. It's about 10-ish seconds slower than the optimal LBLJ route, but at the same time, the stars are pretty free.
Okay, maybe he must have saw the stream and saw that he had a pretty convincing lead over RockChalk. Wanted to play it safe. Protoman with the adaptation mid-game, changing up the route. I wonder if that was his plan going in, or if it was because he saw the lead.
Yeah, that always is. Like, if they want to see the lead, they can just be deafened in the call, but you could just watch the restream anyway. Okay, Protoman actually messing up on the easiest star
Yeah.
in Shifting Sandland.
Oh my goodness, is he messing it up?
I mean, he could have almost died. Like, let's not get carried away, but that was way too sketchy.
That was a little bit much.
Wait, why is he going back in? Oh, needing a talents, never mind. So we'll see the routes diverge a little bit. Probably they'll both enter HMC with 11 stars. Actually, it's hard to say. Protoman can do what he wants at this point. He has an extra star to omit from the route. And RockChalk's been going for this big bully first. I'm not sure why. They're just full of completely preference. Nice right side ground pound kill. I think he's been doing that every time, but it looks really nice.
And the Peepo comfy blankets are coming out in the chat, probably in relation to Protoman's very comfy route. I mean, you can clearly see he's got a pillow. He has his nightcap on and his PJs. And now the whole chat getting comfortable. Everybody's so cozy. I wonder how cozy RockChalk is feeling. Or if he's got like a blanket made out of rocks. That makes sense.
Maybe. I'm just picturing the imagery. The only thing I can think of is like Wreck-It Ralph. Have you seen the movie?
I have, but it's been a while.
Okay. You know how Wreck-It Ralph lives in the dump? So he literally has a bed of bricks. Or like something along that.
Yes.
Something of that nature. Yeah, that's what I was picturing. Can't be too comfortable. But you know, at least the kind of funny part is in the beginning of the movie, he's like, yeah, I got my bed of bricks, can't complain. Sure, it's a little rough, or like whatever. Like what, it's fine.
That's life,
Each
man.
to his own.
Each to their own. Sometimes you need the fluffiest, softest. Wow, wait, Protoman's still going for side hop, so I wonder what he's planning on skipping.
I think he hasn't gone in the volcano yet, although I could be mistaken. He's just gonna skip that, since it is like the longest star in the lava land.
Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing. Protoman, cozy.
He knows what's up.
In control, but RockChalk, honestly, I mean, sticking to his guns, sticking to the LBLJ certified fastest route, or one of the fastest, catching up. I mean, if Protoman slips up, RockChalk could be right back in here.
Yeah, he's gotten pretty close, and Protoman actually failing the box jump. So, you know, maybe Protoman can't be so comfy anymore. Maybe the commentary can't be too comfy either. RockChalk is on his tail. Just gonna talk to that toad. You have a really nice spam of the people comfy blankets in the chat, though. Maybe we should just make it a comfy commentary.
I'm feeling pretty comfy right now. I'm just watching Protoman, and I'm curled up, snuggled up. I got my slippers on. The hot cocoa's brewing in the other room. And a nice fire is crackling in the background. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's definitely a people comfy blanket over here for me.
Okay. You know, a lot of times when I'm just sitting down and it's kind of cold, even though it's not really cold right now, but I'll just pretty much like wear a blanket, kind of like the people comfy blanket, but more like, I don't know, like kind of like wrapped, but also like over my head sometimes, just like maximum warmth and comfort. I don't know.
Will you smile like the people comfy blanket?
That's a fantastic smile. I don't know if I could replicate it that well, but I'll do my best.
It's so wholesome. Oh,
Yeah.
RockChalk getting abandoned by his own kind and betrayed, but going to avoid the pain and getting close to the Protoman. I mean, this is anybody's game still, very much so. Protoman with a nice Mips grab.
Yeah, Mips has not been, or grabbing Mips has not been the issue for either of these runners. The clip has been a bit for Protoman. Let's see if he can take care of business the third time around. You know, really taking his time, but as long as it works, like, he can at least keep his lead over RockChalk. RockChalk gonna be sending them much faster.
Oh, having a quick dock with the door, and then Protoman is through. Let's see what RockChalk's got though. Gaining. Going for the wall kick.
Oh.
Oh wow, wanted to go for it again. Okay, okay, I see you.
So we still got a decent race on our hands. Both of them in DDD going for the sub. Protoman a little bit in the lead, to be sure. But at the same time, RockChalk has not been far behind for anything since SSL, I would guess. And at this point, he's slowly been gaining, and the way the momentum's shifting, he's definitely looking to take the lead sometime.
Yeah, and we did see that RockChalk went for the pull glitch in Fire Sea, and that is a bonus time save. So even if Protoman's everything goes well, I mean, RockChalk, all it takes is one BLJ slip up, one missed throw. But we have seen how the Bowser throws have gone, and you know, I would have to give the edge at least today for Protoman. If they both end up close going into Bowser throws, I might have to just side with the man. Oh, but Protoman slipping on the pull. I don't think he'll be able to make the cycle. RockChalk's chance to take the lead back into his hands.
Wow. And that's a pull glitch. So we're gonna have to see if Protoman can still make the cycle. And getting bullied, that's gonna kill it.
Yeah, no way it's happening now, but RockChalk looking great to make this cycle.
Getting those nice rollouts here. Long jump wall kick. Not able to get the rollout, but at the same time, he was able to make it over. And look at that, he's taking the lead over Protoman here. Entering the Bowser fight. Not like the best. Actually, maybe that's what he intended to do, because like after your fire gets put out, you can just kind of do a little quick dive off the little like slope of the cone. But either way, RockChalk back in the lead, and you know, he's been creeping up, but he's made his move. He's made his move, and Protoman is now gonna have to play catch up. That was close.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be a missed throw from RockChalk, but barely snagging it on each other's tail. BLJ's upcoming, and we still have Bowser in the sky. Anybody could take this game 3 to take not only an extra point, but that cheeky bonus point you get for winning 2 of the 3 matches. Who's gonna do it? Protoman or RockChalk?
This is actually really close, and the point, like what this means for the league is actually huge, because if you're in this league and you want to make playoffs, you'll need to be top 8, right? But if you're Protoman and RockChalk, it's like, I'm not going to be like top 3 in the league or something, right? So I need to beat the people like Protoman, or if I'm Protoman, I need to beat RockChalk. So like, to win this match, is like these are the matches you need to win if you're like at the second level. You're not like Aki, who's a robot. You know, you're like the second tier of 16-star runner.
Yeah.
Like if you want to make playoffs, these are the kind of matches you have to win, and they're so close right now. Anyone could do it, and it is possible that whoever does actually take this game, like these points could decide who makes it to the playoffs or not. RockChalk first BLJ and Protoman. Oh no, getting caught on the wall.
All right, RockChalk once again. I mean, every
They were
single
almost in
race
sync.
he has been leading, and Bowser in the sky, but that has not stopped Protoman from taking one game.
That looks sketchy. RockChalk barely making that jump dive and getting amped. Protoman going to be catching up quite a bit here with just some standard jump dives. But RockChalk losing a couple cycles, and Protoman not going to lose any. Obviously not going for Manimo, but still able to make the next one. So RockChalk coming up for some jump walking. What's he going to go for? Moving left. That's kind of his go-to, and he's got it. So Protoman's going to have to do his stationary left side. He's going to have to get it first try.
Oh,
No.
okay. The regrab.
Okay, second try.
Jump. We're on the edge.
Okay,
Nice.
that'll fly. One buffer of safety for RockChalk. Or one throw of...
You think so? Oh,
maybe with that
Oh!
ledge grab, he could miss two. But otherwise, it's definitely one throw.
all right. Winding it up. And that'll
Rock-
hit. That'll hit.
Okay, RockChalk not giving us too much confidence in his throws today. But he only needs two more, and these are the only ones that count. He's 2 for 2. Can he get one more? And
Protoman's
clutch
gonna
out a 16.
And there it
There he
is.
goes.
3 for 3 in the last game, and Protoman missing
Would
a
you believe
throw.
it?
Wow.
He's actually come back and done 3 for 3 throws after missing like 10.
GG's RockChalk taking it home and getting that juicy extra point, but Protoman still swiping the game from him. Good stuff, indeed. We'll see if we have time to do an interview. I think we might be cutting it a little bit.
I guess so, maybe. We'll see if there is time for any interviews or not. It'll be kind of funny to ask RockChalk like why he re-entered stage so many times, but
Yeah.
guess that question's just gonna have to linger. I'll just ask him in
Well, that's it. No time for an interview. We've got to get right on. Mario Kart Double Dash is happening in a few minutes. Baseball Kid versus Phoenix, spelled correctly. That's sure to be a pretty good one. Both those players, pretty solid mid upper tier gamers. And commentating that is Trey and Rasern Koopa. So don't go anywhere. If you'd like to see mini turbos, you'd like seeing some A tech, perhaps some R tech, and some kart tech. Thank you, Badgeronis, as always, for the pleasurable commentary in the booth. And I'll catch you around, man. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a good one.
catch on the flippity flip.